good morning, everyone. A very warm welcome to MSM Eton College E-Summit 2020 Live. Thank you for connecting with us today. You are here with MSM and Eton College team, and we will ensure that this session will certainly add values to your knowledge and experience for Eton College. This session will be taken by none other than our campus director, Kalai Punya. Before we start the session, we will take you through the basic features of Zoom webinar. There are multiple options in your control panel. Please note that this is a webinar and your videos and mics will be inactive during the session. Participate in the webinar by raising your hands from the raise hand option present in your control panel. Any questions related to Eton College, please put in Q&A section that appears on your control panel. For any technical questions, you can put those in the chat box. If your questions are not answered during the webinar, we will be sending you an email with all the details. I will not take much of your time, and now I'm handing over to Kalai to take you through the Eton College presentation.
Thanks, Kavita, for the good introduction that you have made. Hi to everybody, and I believe it is actually evening over there. It is actually 10:32 in the morning in Vancouver, and summer, and we are experiencing a hot summer period during this time. Yesterday's temperature was very hot, and I'm expecting the same thing today too. So it's sultry hot outside. So being the campus director for Eton College, I'm actually coming here to actually provide a short webinar to all of y'all. And the way I'm going to do it is actually, I'm going to run through the whole presentation. And then after that, I will take the questions. There's a Q&A session, and then there's also certain people that will actually be asking very specific questions, and I'm ready to talk to you all and answer those questions. So let's get started. And if you see on the PowerPoint presentation, that's the Eton College, the logo, and that's the tagline, Inspiring Service Excellence. Let's move on. Right, what we are going to cover is actually three broad areas. One is actually the accreditation for Eton College, the programs that are being offered at Eton College, and something about enrollment processes, which will include accreditation, admissions requirements, and so on. Okay, just to start off with a caption by Malcolm X. I don't have to read it, it's actually written there. Let's move on.
My name is Jaskarndev Kaur, and I'm studying in Eton College. I've been here since 3 years, and I took the hospitality management course, and it's really good, and the teachers are really nice, because in Canada life it's so hard to just manage everything. Like you have to do work, you have to go to college, you have to do the household work as well, but this college is really good. And the teachers who give the assignment, they're really nice. They just give us extra time, and they always prioritize, like we just do our best. They also just provide us powerful notes that we can manage all our study at once, and they always give priority to enroll student instead of giving to the new upcoming students. Thank you.
This is Utkarsh, and I am doing my co-op diploma in tourism and hospitality Canadian experience from Eton College, Vancouver. Eton College was established in the year of 2003 in the city of Vancouver. Vancouver is a major city in Western Canada, and it is located in the mainland region of British Columbia. It is one of the most ethnical and linguistically diverse cities in Canada. I am looking toward to achieve my goals.
Hi, my name is Gurleen. I'm 21 years old. I come from India in November 2018. Now I live in Surrey, BC. I have completed my 12th from San Elite Convent School. Now I have taken travel and tourism management course. This is my first semester in Eton College. In my first day, I saw many people come from different countries. I think that it is so good to share your information, how to share culture, knowing each other better. I also saw the teachers are very talented, hardworking, and concerned about the studies, and they have helped us a lot with internship. My aim of life is to be a flight attendant and customer service. I think this is the good way to give me that. Thank you.
Right. So that is actually a little bit of introduction about our students who are currently studying at Eton College, and they've actually given a good description about what are being offered at Eton College, what is Eton College, and how are the instructors interacting and teaching them. So let's go on. And what is Eton College? It was established in 2003, and it is located in downtown Vancouver, and it's about 16 kilometers from the Vancouver International Airport. And around the Eton College, there are quite a number of hotels, restaurants, cafeteria, and we will get into that, at a later stage. Let's move on. Why Eton College? These are the significant features. Number one, applied learning. So we don't teach theory in the class. What we do is we bring in practical experiences to the classroom. So it's very applied in nature. The small class setting and hands-on approach. Each class will not have more than 25 students. And the reason why the 25 students be capped is actually because, as I've told you, when you have 25 students in a class, the interaction between the instructors and the students can be managed. And students actually get more attention when they are in the classroom from the instructors. We have academic transfer options, and I'll get back to you on that. We are career focused, and we concentrate on a lot of professional activities, professional development activities. So what happens is when the students are actually at Eton College, we provide them with a range of seminars, workshops for them to enhance their career professional development. And practicum, that is actually a capstone course. What happens is when the students actually complete all the course before they graduate, they have to take a practicum component, and it's actually a compulsory course they got to take and pass before they can graduate from Eton. Right, this is the whole of Vancouver City. For those of you who have not been to Vancouver, Vancouver is it's a mega city. It's a beautiful city, and as compared to other provinces and other cities in Canada, Vancouver is actually quite warmer. The temperatures are moderate. I have lived in different parts of Canada, and one of the cities I lived was in Calgary. The temperatures in Calgary is actually located in the province of Alberta, and the temperatures in Calgary can be very harsh, especially during this winter times. I have actually experienced winter in Calgary going to about minus 45 degrees centigrade. But you don't get that in Vancouver. During the winter, the temperatures ranges from 2 to minus 5 degrees, and that is actually something that is manageable. And you can actually check all these figures in Wikipedia. Wikipedia has a lot of information on that. And Vancouver is one of the most livable cities in the world in terms of air quality and in terms of water and food quality as well. And you can refer all this information from Wikipedia. Wikipedia has a whole range of information about Vancouver. Repeating again, why Eton College? Again, as I've told you, the class size is something that we control, we cap it. You say stand to 30 students, but usually I'll allow a maximum of only 25 students in the classroom. Easy public transportation access. There is actually a SkyTrain that runs along Eton College. So students will actually take the train from wherever they're living. They get into the train. They will drop by at the station that is nearby Eton College, and they'll walk to the Eton College. So when you talk about public transportation, it's easily accessible. Cafe, we have actually a cafe downstairs at Eton College. So students actually, when they need food, they want to have lunch, they'll get down to the cafe and have lunch or any snacks or whatever it is. We teach a program which is called the Flight Attendant Preparation Program. Is to train students to become steward and stewardess, air hostess, or another way of calling it in flights. So because of the practical component that is involved in that program, we have at Eton College a simulator which is called the Aircraft Cabin Simulator. So students get into the simulator and they do practical lessons in the simulator. Caring and experienced instructors, that is something that I've brought in. I don't actually have full-time instructors at Eton College. By having full-time instructors, they're very theoretical. They do not bring the industry experience, practical experience to the classroom. So nowadays, I actually ensure that when I hire instructors, they are instructors who are coming from the industry. And at the same time, they come to teach at Eton. So by doing that, they're able to bring practical experiences, practical lessons into the classroom and share that with the students. So students love that. So they enjoy interacting with the students and getting the practical aspects from the instructors. And there are many more about Eton College. We can sit here and talk about it, but these are the basic things. Accreditation. Right, so number one, Eton College is actually certified by EQA, which is the Education Quality Assurance. It's the designation that is given to all public and private institutions, including Eton in BC. Once we exceeds the quality standards, we are given the Eton College the EQA accreditation. Number two, we are regulated by what we call as private training institution branch, which I call it as PTIB, PTIB. And PTIB is actually a wing of the Ministry of Advanced Education in British Columbia, which is given to all institutions, private colleges who are approved institutions. So we have to actually get the recognition from PTIB. PTIB is actually the most important regulatory body for us. And we are also a DLI approved institution, meaning with a DLI approved institution recognition given to Eton College can recruit international students into Eton College. Right, partner universities or partner institutions. These are very important institutions for us. All this time we were having three of them, which is Capilano University, we had Royal Roads University, and we have Vancouver Community College, and they are all based in British Columbia. Sometime last month, I entered into a partnership agreement or partnership arrangement with a New Zealand university, which is called the Victoria University of Wellington. It's based in New Zealand. And 2 weeks ago, or 3 weeks ago, I entered into another partnership agreement with City University of Seattle. Now, City University of Seattle is actually a US university, but they have actually a Vancouver campus. So let's talk about this partner institution in a little bit detail. Now, what happens under the partner institutions? As soon as the student completes the Eton College diploma programs, the students are allowed to transfer to these universities to pursue a degree program. So usually they'll get into the third year. So once they have actually completed the third and the fourth year at these partner institutions, and they graduate, the students are entitled or eligible to apply for their 3 years work permit. I call them as PGWPs, it's postgraduate work permit. So they get the 3 years work permit, and then they're allowed to work for 3 years in Canada in a field that they have graduated. So by the time the student completes the 3 years work permit, under the postgraduate work permit, the student is eligible to apply for permanent residency. And as you all know, I think you're aware that Canada now attracts a lot of students, young students, to get into Canada, international students to get into Canada, and they encourage the students to study and get a 3 years work permit and help build the nation of Canada. So because in Canada we are actually facing a lot of human resource shortages. So the Canadian government has actually come up with this new initiative of introducing the 3 years work permit by encouraging international students to come to Canada, work here, and make a living here. Next slide. Our programs. Right, to simplify things, the way I'm going to actually explain it to you, what we have is actually we have single programs. So the single programs are, like for example, you can see a flight attendant preparation program. That's one program. Then you have hospitality management. Then you have travel and tourism. You also we have an English program which is called the Business Environment Communication Program. So these are all single programs. But 95% of students who are coming to Eton College, they will not actually take a single program, but they will combine it with another program. Then I've given you on the slides there. Let's say, for example, a student is actually coming into to take business administration. They will combine it with travel and tourism, or they'll combine it with hospitality management, or they'll combine it with flight attendant. Or a travel and tourism management student coming in will combine it with hospitality management or business administration. And that's how the combined program works. We also have another new program which is called the Tourism Hospitality Canadian Experience Core. It's more of a co-op program. The reason why we are using the word co-op means the students will be actually spending less time in the classroom and working outside. So more time working and less time in the classroom. That's the whole thing, the whole purpose of the co-op program. And it attracts the international students because international students who are coming to Canada, to Eton, they like to actually work. So more hours in working and less hour in the classroom. Okay, go on. And these are all the programs we have talked to you. Employment industry. Employment, there's professional development programs, which I've talked to you all just now. We do a lot of career preparation workshops, seminars, career camps, boot camps, and so on. We bring industry guest speakers from well-known like CEOs and top management leadership team on the respective industry. They get into Eton College and provide a kind of like a webinar workshop to the students. We also conduct job fairs. The industry in Vancouver, Vancouver is actually the third largest tourism destination in Canada. And in 2018, there were about 21 million tourists visiting BC, British Columbia. And you must remember 97.4 billion revenue for Canada comes from the tourism industry, and more than 300,000 employment opportunities in the tourism and hospitality industry just across British Columbia. And you must also take note that transportation is the largest service industry in Canada. Right, enrollment. So we are coming into admissions requirement. I don't want to go through everything, but just to make sure that you understand, there's only two admission requirements, main admission requirements. Number one, the students must have actually passed grade 12. Number two, the students must have taken IELTS and must have scored an overall test score of 6.0. So if they have both these admissions requirements or meet this admissions requirement, then they satisfy the admission requirements for Eton College and we will accept them into Eton College. Now, there are certain times when the students may not actually have the required score in the IELTS or one score down. Let's say, for example, they have a 5.5. Now, what do you do with the students? The students can still apply, but what we do is we will get them to do two things, either one of the things. Number one, we have our own English placement test. So we allow the students to take our English placement test. And that test is now available online. So we give the students to get into online and take the placement test. And if they pass the test, then what happens next is they get into Eton College. The other way around is if they don't want to take the English placement test and the IELTS is actually low, just one score low, then we get the students to take our own English program, what we call as the Business Environment Communication Program. And there are 3 levels to the program. Now, most of the students, they don't have to take all the 3 levels. They will get into level 1. They will work with the instructors. And if the instructor is satisfied with the level of proficiency in English, then the instructor will make a recommendation to exempt them from taking level 2 and level 3. So they finish the level 1, if the scores are good, the recommendations from the instructors are good, then they will get immediately into the actual program. So if the student have applied for the business administration, the student will get into the business administration program and start the program. So that's how the whole English proficiency requirements work. Right, move on. That's about it. Any questions? Are we waiting for questions, Kavita?
So Kalai, meanwhile, like we are waiting for the questions, there are certain attendees who have raised their hands. So, I will allow them to talk now.
Sure.
Hi, Asif.
Hello, can you listen to me okay?
Yeah, hi, Asif.
Go on, Ashif. How are you?
Yes, I'm fine. How are you, sir?
Very good. What's your question?
Thank you very much for giving me the flow. Actually, I have the question for students who doesn't have any IELTS score or Duolingo test. What they will do instead of their academic preferences, if they are eligible with the academic preferences but not with the English proficiency. So what gonna they do?
Okay, so we have our own Eton College English placement test.
Yeah.
And that test is now available online. And the team, the recruitment team, knows what to do. So once they have actually, assessed the application form and they find that the student did not meet the IELTS requirement or the Duolingo requirement, then we get the students to take the English placement test. It's Eton College placement test.
Yes, I got it.
So
I got it, sir.
Yeah, and if they pass the test, then the student will be admitted into Eton College.
Thank you very much for this information, sir.
No worries. You have a great day.
Yeah, you too, sir.
Okay. Are we having a next caller, Kavita?
So Kalai, we have a question here. So what about credit transfer to university?
This question is coming from Anil Basnet. I'm not so sure what are you referring about credit transfer, but I can give you an overall picture. So Eton College programs, I was just talking about the combined program. The combined program takes up to a maximum of 60 credits. So the 60 credits will be able to be transferred to our partner university. So you must remember, in Canada, to graduate from a university with a degree, you need 120 credits. So the students have already done 60 credits at Eton, so they will transfer the 60 credits to the partner university, which means that they got a remaining 60 credits. So what they will do, that's when they will get into the 3rd year of the university and the 4th year, and they will complete the 60 credits. So in total, they have the 60 at Eton, the 60 at the partner university. Combine it together, they get the 120 credits. That's a minimum requirement, and then they'll be able to graduate from the pathway university. I think that is exactly what you are referring here, if I'm not mistaken. So in summary, by doing a 2 years at Eton College, they're able to obtain a transfer credit of 60.
Right, Kalai. So Kalai, can we put some more highlights on the, the new partner universities that are there, like City University of Seattle and Victoria University of Wellington?
Right. City University of Seattle is actually a 4-year degree program. So that means when the students actually complete the Eton College program, which is 60 credits, they will actually enter into the City University of Seattle. Now, the thing is about City University of Seattle in Vancouver campus, they have actually a main campus in Seattle, but we're talking about the Vancouver campus. There's only one undergraduate degree program in the Vancouver campus, which is the Bachelor of Arts in Management. They call it the BAM, BAM, the Bachelor of Arts in Management. So students can get into the Bachelor of Arts in Management in their 3rd year and take a degree, complete it, and graduate with City University of Seattle. Now, the beauty about City University of Seattle, even though they are a US university, just because they have a Vancouver location, the students are eligible for their 3 years postgraduate work permit, like other universities in British Columbia, which is the Royal Roads University and the Capilano University and the Vancouver Community College. And more coming. There are quite a number of other universities in Canada. I'm actually having meetings and we'll be signing articulation arrangements, partnership agreements with them. And we will let you know. Now, the New Zealand University, which is the Victoria University of Wellington. Now, in New Zealand, you must remember it is a 3-year degree. It's not a 4-year degree. So that university, the Victoria University of Wellington, is able to accept 1.5 years of the Eton College programs. So which means that they have the other 1.5 years to be done in New Zealand. So this will take the 1.5 years, get that transferred to the Victoria University of Wellington and complete the 1.5 years in New Zealand. And New Zealand also has what you call as the very equivalent type of a work permit, postgraduate work permit over there, and the students is able to work, and later on it's up to them whether they want to return back to Canada or they can remain in New Zealand.
Right, Kalai. Sounds good. And also, we can give some highlights on the online programs that we are offering right now.
The online programs is very similar to what we offered when during the face-to-face teaching. So whatever programs that are being taught in the face-to-face teaching, we are offering it online. So there's no difference. The only difference is, I think, Kavita, you can actually come in here, where the students can take the online programs in their country, but they must show that they have already obtained their study permit or their study visa. Right?
Yes.
Do you want to actually elaborate on that?
Yes, Kalai. So currently, as there are travel restrictions due to COVID-19, we are offering our programs online. Now, the requirement for online program is the student should have a valid student visa, and also the student should meet the IELTS requirement to be eligible for the online programs. Now, the best part about our online program is that we have like tuition fees for our online program is just 2990 CAD per semester, and you can take it from your respective home countries. And once the COVID-19 situation gets better, you can come and join us on campus and complete your remaining program.
And the courses that they have taken online during this period will be counted towards their postgraduate work permit. So they are not going to lose those credits, right? The Canadian government, the federal government has actually made an announcement 3 weeks ago. They have allowed the international students who are unable to travel to Canada to take these classes online. And those classes that they have taken online will be counted towards their postgraduate work permit, which means they're not losing anything. So that is the best part of Canada, where no other countries have actually done that. Even Australia and New Zealand, they have not done that. And they admire what the Canadian government has done for international students.
Yes, Kalai. Kalai, we have a couple of questions here. So will there be any difficulty to get visas for Eton English placement test?
Can you take that question, Kavita?
See, visa is something that is, totally a different scenario. So with regards to admission, if the student is not meeting the IELTS requirement, we have an option of English placement test. Now, English placement test is for somebody who is already a visa holder student, right? So the student applying for online program, the student is already having a valid visa. So in that case, if the student, like let's say that student visited Canada 2 years back, right? And now, because they have completed one of their programs and they would like to enroll in some other program, but because they visited Canada 2 years back, their IELTS has already expired. So in such case, the student can apply for a English placement test, which is an online test, a 30 minutes test, and they have to score like 75% in the same to be eligible for admission at Eton College. Kala, you would like to add on something here?
I think you have said enough. For the scholarship opportunities, we don't actually provide scholarship opportunities, but for bright students, extremely bright students who are wanting to come to Eton College, and if they need a scholarship, it is best if the students can write to me directly, and then I have to see the whole thing, and and see whether I could accommodate such students to be given scholarship. So it's a case to basis. We don't have any scholarship opportunities at the moment because the fees are relatively low. But if they are bright students and they are facing financial difficulties, it is good if the students can write to me directly. Right. There's another question
Yes.
by Kwame Odami.
Yeah.
IELTS Duolingo test requirement applicable to potential African students? Yes. Ghana, Nigeria, there's no difference to that. So the IELTS Duolingo test requirements, including TOEFL as well, applies to any international students.
So
admissions process.
We have another
procedure.
question. Please mention. Yeah.
Admissions process and procedure and student visa process. I think we have actually mentioned that. Admissions procedure is very simple. Only two things. Number one, grade 12 high school. They pass the grade 12 high school. Number two, they have the IELTS score, the overall score of the 6.0. The student visa process, I think, Kavita, if you can actually take that question.
Yes. So basically, the admission process is that you will have to send us the application form and the student disclosure form along with the complete set of documents. Once we receive everything in place, if everything is there, like student email ID, student phone number, student signatures are there in place, we will give you the offer letter in 24 to 48 hours. After getting the offer letter, student will have to pay a seat confirmation deposit, and that is your 1 semester tuition fees. Now it depends upon the online program, on the on-campus program, whichever you are applying for. And after paying the seat confirmation deposit, you will be eligible for final letter of acceptance. And after getting your final letter of acceptance, you're good to go for visa filing. Now, visa filing can be of two categories, SDS or general. That totally depends upon student IELTS and the amount that the student has paid. So for more details on the visas and the admission procedure, I will probably share an email with you. That sounds good. Yeah.
Okay. There's a question just now. Elijah Ajayi from Nigeria. What is the tuition deposit for international students? Recruitment team, please, can you take the call? I think Kavita, you can actually answer that.
Kalai, I will take this. Yes, I will. Yeah, I will take this. So if you are enrolling for our on-campus program, you will have to pay a minimum seat confirmation deposit of 6,000 Canadian dollar, which is a part of your tuition fees. And if you are enrolling for our online program, you will have to pay 2990 CAD. That's your 1 semester fees to be eligible for the final letter of acceptance. Okay, and the next question is any scholarship?
Yeah, I've just mentioned to you scholarships, on a general basis is not available for Eton College students. However, there was a question just now, Elijah, that if the student is a bright student and is having financial difficulties, it is best if the student can write to me directly, and I will consider whether a scholarship can be offered to the student.
Yes, Kalai. And Kalai, I would like to also mention here that we have something called as student discount in our co-op program. So we have a program called as Tourism and Hospitality Canadian Experience Co-op. Now we offer a student discount of 7,000 CAD on the entire tuition fees. So that's a good thing, and I can share the details, about the more details in email, and you can have a look at it, and you can connect back with me, if you have any queries.
Yeah, that's a good one. The $7,000 worth of scholarship is an incentive is to attract students.
Yes. Kalai, we have certain speakers who would like to speak. Anil, so I'm allowing him to talk. Hello, Anil.
Hi, Anil. Anil, are you there?
Hello.
Yeah. Hi, Anil.
Yeah. Hi.
Go on.
Yeah. Um, what is the main this inter college characteristics? Which one is the best among the all the Canadian colleges and universities?
You're talking about partner universities. Is that what you're
No,
referring?
no. I'm talking about the only what is the main characteristics or main objectives or what is the main theme in our college, inter college?
As I mentioned to you just now during my presentation, class size.
Class size,
Class
yes.
size are small, right?
Yeah.
And number two is the instructors that we are recruiting. We hire them to teach. They actually have a lot of practical experience, so they don't come and teach only theory in the classroom, but they also teach practical things in the classroom, right? The third thing is there's a course called practicum where the students need to actually complete the course, and we ensure that the students actually complete the practicum in reputable organizations. So it's like for hospitality management, in a good hotel, in a good restaurant, in a travel and tourism. It could be an airlines or it could be a travel tourist agency. So we actually make sure that these students are actually they do their practicum in well-established organizations.
Yeah.
And the number two, the next one is actually on a regular basis, we do conduct a lot of webinars, a lot of workshops, a lot of seminars where we bring in industry people, to the classroom, and we ask the industry people to share what they have actually acquired outside there into the classroom. So it's not only instructors, but we also have top people coming to Eton College and sharing their ideas, sharing their experience with the students. So that uplifts the whole program.
Yeah.
The whole of Eton College.
Yeah, that's good. That's good. How many people, international students, are there in your college now?
I wouldn't actually go according to number of students. I will say the percentage. We have 60% of international students and 40% is domestic.
Is there any Nepalese student here now?
Nepalese?
Yeah, from Nepal.
Not so far, but I'm expecting in the future.
Oh yeah, that's good.
To have students from Nepal.
Yeah, that's good.
Yes.
We are getting a few queries from Nepalese agents, from Nepalese students. So I believe in the not so distant future, we will have Nepalese students in Canada at Eton College.
Kalai, we are getting the students for our next upcoming intake from Nepal. We have students, yes.
That's for the August intake, right?
Yeah.
That's good.
Right. That's good. Right. And the most important thing, Anil, is actually, sometimes when you have one or two students coming from a country where, they are brand new students, the word of mouth spreads. So whatever they have actually, when they are at Eton, when they share good things and they spread the word, that's where we get more students from that particular region or from that country.
Yeah, that's good. Especially just we send the many students in Australia from Nepal. My consultancy also recognized to send the students from Nepal, and I have been visited Australia before 3 months there. There also this visa is the same process in Australia also.
And New Zealand as well.
New Zealand as well. But one thing is better in Canada, just PSW launched the first time launched by Canada and then Australia and New Zealand. It's such a good news for students. We hope we just want to collect some students for the online degree.
Correct. And you might have actually listened to the news, or got some statements made by the U.S. government, which is actually the Trump administration. Basically, they are not going to allow any international students into U.S. for the time being. So Canada is actually taking it as a positive way, of getting more international students. So instead of these students going to U.S., Canada is actually foreseeing that there will be a lot more of these international students now coming over to Canada to continue.
It's good news. This is good news. Thank you.
Do we have another caller?
Yes, Kalai, we have one caller.
Hello.
Hi, Grace.
Hi, Grace. Hello.
Okay, I believe, yes. So, Kalai, we have one more question here. So, after completing Eton College degree, does student need to again take a IELTS score for admission in other colleges?
Right. So, this is a very tricky question. So, the IELTS admission requirements to our partner university is 6.5 overall, not a 6.0. For Eton is 6.0, for the partner university is 6.5. So what I would actually advise the students to do is, at the beginning, when they are entering into Eton College, I would strongly suggest that the students work hard and prepare for the IELTS and achieve a minimum score of 6.5. So by doing that, the students don't have to take another IELTS. So if they get into a 6.0, and then when they finish the 2 years, and then they're getting into a partner university, that 6.0 is actually not admission requirement to the partner university. So they have to take another IELTS, right? So it is good at the beginning, before they enter into a Eton College, they get a minimum score of 6.5.
Right, Kalai. So, okay. So, Kalai, I think that's all for the day. So,
right, it was a great pleasure in talking to you all. And if you have any questions, always, feel free to send your questions, shoot your questions to the recruitment team, and they'll be able to answer you. I wish you all a great evening over there. Stay safe and be healthy always.
So I hope you all have enjoyed our exclusive webinar for Eton College. We hope this session was informative and you took some learning from this session. Thank you, Kalai, and thank you all the education agents for participating with us for Premium Agent E-Summit of Eton College. In case you have missed anything, we will be sending you all the details post the session. Till then, take care, stay safe.